Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and level we were looking at yesterday did get hit going into the close. So it's not something I would have been taking going into the close, but anyway, what's happened now is we are sort of playing off that level. If we get down to the hour, and you'll see what I'm talking about there. There was the level. Get it exact. So we're looking at this pin bar here. And you can see going into the close, kind of hit it, and then we're coming off at the moment. So don't really trust it right now. Don't trust that we are going up or down, to be honest. And just looking at what's going on the index, I suspect we are going to find something like that and just range. So we need to get above this area, and I wanted to get above and back for a retest before looking for longs, and I want the moving averages to cross over. Looking at the indexes here, sorry, not the indexes, looking at the oscillators here, we can see we've got a crossover and we're pointing down. So probably well worth looking at this from a 15-minute perspective. And you can see yesterday from a 50-minute perspective, absolutely nothing. Trending down, but going nowhere. And then rallying going into close. But again, it's above the moving averages, below the moving averages. We've got big diversions here. So I would expect probably another move up this morning. But this, to me, is just saying, leave me well alone until I have better structure. And there is no structure at the moment. So that is a sit-on-hand scenario there. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, and big up, big down at the top of the move yesterday. Oscillators all grouped to the upside. Don't really trust that. Don't think we may have a little bit of a squirt higher just to come and retest this area here. I don't trust that, and I also don't trust a move to the downside. The reason I don't trust a move to the downside is because we have a fairly strong uptrend. So if we just stick to the rules, there is a pin bar, and then there's another one here. I'm going to put that in. So I would want to see price come back and test these levels before looking for an opportunity to the upside. So that is going to be 142.863, and that would close this daily gap. And we can drop down a little bit lower to 142.690 before I start getting too excited. There's another daily gap below as well. But the trend is up. Oscillators have eased off, crossed over, pointing up. So it could be a situation of just building here for an explosive move above this level here of 143.579. But I don't want to be long close to this level. I want to see another move down. So in other words, we're looking for a range setup, opportunity to buy. First target's going to be top of range. If we break through that, come back test, then that's the trigger for the next move to the upside. So the dollar is looking strong at the moment. Moving on to British pound, Japanese yen. Nothing happened yesterday. We did the video. We had a strong move up, and it was looking like you're looking for a pullback onto structure for a continuation. That did not materialize, and we basically just went sideways. So you can see, sorry, the day before was the move up, and then we were looking for a pullback today onto structure. The only thing that did happen is we just formed a proper range. So until we break these levels to the upside and come back and test, or alternatively break this to the downside and come back and test, there is no trade. So right now this is range bound, dangerous, and if you look at it on the 15-minute, you'll see definitely not something you want to be trading. Lastly, Euro British pound, and man, we were pretty much just going nowhere. It was looking for a rejection in this area, and you can see buyers kept coming and coming in, and then eventually went in the opposite direction. So the bigger picture here is sideways, but we have broken through this range. So we were looking at this yesterday. We drew these levels in, and we're looking for a break of either one of the levels to the upside, to start triggering longs, and that has happened. So what we do now is just readjust that. So that was tested there, and then this is your previous swing high, and that's what we're busy with at the moment. So I'm looking for support on 085997 or alternatively 085906, and you'd be advised to do this on a 15-minute chart. And the reason I say that is you can see how the oscillators would line up quite nicely and get you into the right position fairly quickly. So that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. We did test it yesterday going into close, but then we had this big gap down here as well. So there's a gap up here. So you can see price closed up there, and then the next bar opened here. So that's a big gap. So pay attention to that as well. Yeah, so I think this is the only one that maybe there may be some kind of a setup. So what you're looking for is probably a move up, a rejection, come back, find support, and that's going to give you the opportunity for the trade to the upside. Small position size, tight stop losses, and make sure of the structure. The 1 hour does look like it's crossed over, and we've got the moving averages pointing fairly strongly to the upside. Only thing that is concerning is the diversions on the 1 hour here. See, price is high, higher, oscillator high, low. So that's not something I'm too excited about. And nevertheless, it's only an indicator, so we need to just look at the bigger picture. So that's kind of the view that I've got this morning. A complete confused outlook on Forex as well as the indexes, which generally leads to a day of doing other things and not watching the charts. Hope it helps somewhat, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.